Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is officially the final full week of Verdansk here in Warzone. It is also the final full week of Season 6 as well, like the whole preseason, before we get into the Pacific update and also Season 1 between Vanguard, Cold War, Modern Warfare, and Warzone as well. So we got a lot going on this week, a lot of new updates coming, a lot of new changes coming. We already have a pretty solid preview of what to expect for our final few days in Verdansk and our final week for the season. So as we go over everything today, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. It would be seriously appreciated, as it really does help grow the channel. And of course, if you're new here, or if you happen to be a part of the 58% of viewers who have not already subscribed, this is the best place to be to stay up to date with everything going on in COD, between news, updates, class setups, tips. I'm covering it all each and every single day, so feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. Also, today is the final day that code WHosImmortal will get you 25% off anything on the Gamer Advantage site. After today and for the rest of the month, it'll get you 20% off. But if you want to take advantage of that increased discount on any frames, prescription or regular lenses, any accessories, or anything else from the Gamer Advantage site, code WHosImmortal has you covered. Now, like I said, this is the final full week of Season 6. It's the final full week of the preseason, and also it is the final full week on Verdansk ever. Come this time next week, we're actually going to be seeing the end of Verdansk unfolding right before our eyes. But before we get to that point, we do have a couple of things going on. So what exactly is happening this week between Warzone and Vanguard? Well, between the Trello boards and between the various dev social accounts, we've got quite a bit of changes confirmed to be coming. And of course, we have our standard Warzone update as well. So let's start off with that. Thanks to the Trello board, we know that we have a new week of playlists and a new update coming later on this week. And as far as the modes go, we're going to see regular battle royale, solos, duos, trios, and quads. We're also going to continue to see Operation Flashback quads as well. This will be live all the way up until the point where we see the end of Verdansk. So if you haven't gone in and played a match of this, you still get an emblem for just playing. And actually, if you end up winning the game, you also get a special customized calling card as well. And that's not going to be available after the whole end of this season and once the Pacific update takes place. So definitely be sure to jump in and experience Operation Flashback. Honestly, a pretty cool LTM that is 110% the most nostalgia-filled mode that we've ever had within Warzone. We also are going to have standard blood money trios for plunder. We're going to end up seeing Iron Trials 84 duos, and then for Rebirth Island we also have Resurgence quads. So that's going to be the core playlist update for this week. But then at the start of next week on December 6th, we're going to see the Last Hours of Verdansk LTM go live. It is going to be a trios only mode for what it's worth, but that'll be kicking off next Monday, and that is the end of Verdansk. As we've talked about in a previous video earlier on this week, in some capacity, this event is going to have various World War II bombers flying into Verdansk, destroying things, and this will be how Verdansk is completely removed from the game entirely, and that'll introduce us into the entire Pacific update and obviously the brand new Caldera map. So big stuff happening in Warzone just when it comes to the general playlist updates. Obviously though, next week as well, after the whole Last Hours of Verdansk is concluded, we're not going to be able to play Verdansk ever again with Battle Royale and Plunder. It's just going to be Rebirth up until the point when the Caldera launches just a day later. So there won't be any, regular Verdansk modes next week, just a heads up there. On top of that, we do also still have the whole Secrets of the Pacific little LTM event going on as well. That'll be going on in the background again until the very end of the season, and we see Verdansk removed from the game. So if you want to go in and complete those challenges, you got to go in and find all the various little intel pieces, very similar to what we used to do in Modern Warfare and Warzone with the intel different missions that we had back then. I miss those. They were super cool, but it's essentially the same premise. You go in, you find the intel pictured in the various previews, and then you got to survive different zones, and if you do that, you end up completing the challenge, and ultimately you can get a new blueprint for the STG. The event is also available back in Vanguard now. It was temporarily removed, but it's back now. Way easier to complete over in Vanguard. So if you just want the blueprint, I'd suggest going over there and completing those challenges. But if you are a Warzone only player, that'll still be live, like I said, until the end of the season. Also, for what it's worth, as far as any other surprise changes or any other updates go for Warzone, we don't have any official word on if we'll see some new updates go live this week alongside the playlist update and obviously the Last Hours of Verdansk event, because on the Trello board we haven't really seen any major updates here. Everything is still listed as investigating, meaning they haven't officially found a fix for any of that stuff yet technically. However, with the Pacific update, obviously that's going to be a massive title update, the engine update, everything like that. I would be very surprised if anything on the Trello board is not fixed by that point in time. So I don't expect us to have any big updates in between now and December 8th, when we see season 1 go live and the Caldera map go live. So just probably going to be a smaller update for this week. We could see some occasional patch notes, some surprise patch notes, but I wouldn't get your hopes up there. This week is mainly there to just celebrate Verdansk one last time. Then jumping over to the Vanguard stuff, we've also got quite a bit of stuff going on here this week as well. Initially back over the weekend, Sledgehammer actually tweeted out a little note saying, we're committed to supporting our team as well as you, the player. We want Sledge to be a safe and welcoming place for everyone, and we'll use our channels to update you about the game, as well as our commitment to moving forward. Thank you for all the support you've shown our team since Vanguard launched. We've been right there with you, getting demolished by shotguns on DOS House, the spawns on shipment, the Vital plus Caliber upgrade combo, Dev Error 5573, and so much more. Your feedback is constantly viewed, discussed, and over time, we'll continue to make Vanguard bigger and better with each patch. We will be back in action next week, aka this week now at the time that this is being posted, and we'll hit the ground running as we head towards the exciting start of Vanguard Season 1. So this to me means that pretty much everything they mentioned there is going to receive some fixes or some updates to combat them, right? Like obviously the shotgun spam, despite receiving 2 nerfs now, is still ridiculous. Like the combat shotgun is still broken, OP, dumb, ridiculously powerful. The Gracie Auto is also still pretty annoying. It seems like they're going to address those and nerf those even more because they're still just running DOS House and shipment lobbies. The spawns on shipment are pretty brutal, especially in Dom where they don't flip. Seems like they're going to be looking at those more. We are obviously going to be mentioning the Trello board there in sneak peek. There is some mention of that. The Vital and Caliber up combo has sort of already been addressed. You can't use Vital if you have a Caliber upgrade on your weapon as is. It no longer affects it, so you're not really getting a double bonus there. Then Dev Error 5573, that's addressed with Daniel's whole operator skin. They've already got a fix scheduled for that. So it seems like what they're posting here is things that they're going to be fixing either this week or with the launch of Season 1. So definitely some good news there. Now, when it comes to the Vanguard Trello board, we haven't seen a ton of updates here over the past couple of days. As I alluded to, they did actually end up putting up a card regarding the spawn issues on shipment, particularly Domination, where they just do not flip unless you go into the enemy spawn and capture their spawn flag. If you have C and you are stuck at C, you will not flip out a C unless you cap A, and it's pretty brutal if you're on the receiving end of that spawn trap spam. What they did update, though, as I said, is the whole fix schedule for the game crashes resulting when you use Daniel's alternative skins. So don't use any of his alt skins for the time being if you don't want that crash. If you do use them, your game will crash every single time. They also updated a card regarding the bullet penetration issues on Bocage or Bokage, however you pronounce that map. Pretty much the whole map is made out of paper mache. You can shoot through everything. The comp guys are not a fan of that, so that's getting looked into, and they're likely going to make it so you can't wall bang absolutely everything on that map. But yeah, with all that being said, that is effectively everything we know about the upcoming week between Warzone and Vanguard. Definitely going to be a fun week, to say the least, just because this is the last full time that we're going to be able to play on Verdansk. Come this time next week, we're going to be spending our last minutes on Verdansk, so definitely jump in, grind some games if you want to experience a little bit of last minute fun on that map before obviously we jump into the Caldera and everything changes. Very much so looking forward to that, getting some fresh gameplay and just in general changing things up. But that is going to wrap things up for today. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. It would be seriously appreciated. It really does help grow the channel. And of course, if you're new here or if you have not already subscribed, feel free to do so. Click that sub button, tap that bell icon. That way you can always guarantee you are up to date with everything going on in COD, between news, updates, class setups, tips, and really everything else in between. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code WhosImmortal for a discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products, and the links for all those can be found down in the description below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.